Hi there, I'm meteorologist Robert Spetta. Let's take a look at Typhoon Nanmadol, also known as Typhoon Juyeon in Japan, and Typhoon Josie in the Philippines. And this is over the last several days. This just started off as a pretty disorganized area of low pressure embedded with the monsoonal trough, but really spun up, tapped into that moisture out of the Philippines, and just wrapped up to the strongest storm anywhere on the planet for all of 2022. Maxed out as a Category 5 super typhoon just towards the east of the Amami Islands. Now our storm system continuing to move off towards the north and west at about 19 kilometers per hour. Pressure down to 910 hectopascals. Anytime you get a storm around 900 hectopascals, it just really demonstrates the potency of it. To put it in comparison, the pressure of Typhoon Haiyan back in 2013 was 895 hectopascals, I believe, on its max warning from JMA. So just shows how potent this storm system is. Still tapped in that moisture inflow, but we are starting to see a little degradation on the western flank of it. A little dry air starting to push into it, and thus it has backed off from that max intensity we were seeing just about 12 hours ago. But still, I mean, my goodness, potent storm system. There's your inner eye wall, going through kind of an eye wall replacement cycle, in fact, at this time. There's the outer eye wall starting to form up around it as it nears southern areas of Kagoshima Prefecture, where at this time emergency level warnings have been put in place for violent typhoon strength winds. What does that mean? Well, that is the highest level of JMA's warnings for these storm systems, and basically says, evacuate if you're being ordered to evacuate, shelter in place. Take this storm system seriously at the very least. That is for southern Kagoshima. But as this moves towards north, it still is going to be, winds 185 kilometers per hour as it comes on shore, sustained right around Nagasaki over towards the Sasebo area. If you're military out there in Sasebo, one of those times, the core warnings, take them seriously. Stay inside until that storm system goes by and you start to get that all clear. And then it moves off towards central Honshu, bringing in those strong northerly winds across the Sea of Japan behind it. And just from western Japan, Kagoshima, Nagasaki, Fukuoka, Hiroshima, Osaka, Nagoya, Kanazawa, Tokyo, and even over towards Sendai, all these cities going to be taking some sort of impact, if not full-on typhoon like Kagoshima, at least some tropical storm strength conditions there across many of these islands. I mean, you can just see the high probability of these typhoon strength winds for most of Kagoshima Prefecture, but then transferring over through Kyushu as well. The winds are one thing which is problematic. Like I mentioned, the emergency warning's been issued for Kagoshima Prefecture, but also the rainfall is going to be a big issue here. I mean, we're talking about some areas seeing a max total about 800 millimeters. I'll get to that in a second. Let's time this out as we go ahead through this weekend. So this is here on your Sunday evening, passing just south of Kagoshima, which is right there, Kagoshima City. All of this is Kagoshima Prefecture. Think state and town, right? This is going to move off towards the north. There's Nagasaki showing those winds. This says 65. I think we're going to see well over 100 kilometer per hour wind gust at the very least into the city. Then over Sasebo. This is early Monday morning, passing right over there around Fukuoka as well, western areas of Kyushu. Inflow still kicking around behind us, bringing a heavy rainfall for southern areas of Kyushu. And then also moisture kicking up in eastern Shikoku as well. This is a very, almost like a wall here in Shikoku. And every time you have inflow with storm systems like this, it really adds up the precipitation for that island. So that's going to wrap around also parts of Hiroshima, Iwakuni. I mean, you're not going to see destructive conditions, I think, in Iwakuni over towards Hiroshima. Definitely rains in the mountains as this kicks on by. That's going to be the bigger issue a bit further east, is how that precipitation is going to cascade further towards the east as well. So bigger issue for Kyushu is going to be the rainfall. Southern Kyushu, 500 millimeters plus of total precipitation. Northern Kyushu, we're talking about more 300. Kinki region, that's out here, basically right in here, about 200 millimeters of precipitation. Shikoku's 400, but I think some areas could see a little bit more than that. Then Tokai over towards Kanto, 100 to about 150 to 200 millimeters of total rainfall as this cascades further east. But definitely southern Kyushu tonight into tomorrow. Boy, they're just getting blasted with this. Don't downplay the threat of floodwaters. I mean, that's something we always stress. Always want to keep that in mind with this type of setup. So storm system, one of the strongest on Earth in all of 2022, is starting to weaken a little bit. but still loads of impacts for southern areas of Japan. Look at that inflow behind us. I'm going to have a separate update on this and how that's influencing the Philippines, bringing heavy rainfall for our friends out there from Manila down through much of Visayas over towards Palawan, Cebu as well, seeing plenty of rainfall in your forecast as well. I'm meteorologist Robert Spetty. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, thanks for watching, and big thanks, as always, for everybody on Patreon. Typhoon's just $6 a month or $10 a month for our Super Typhoons. It's just the phrase, what we call you guys, for helping out and keeping this channel running. I've worked already a 12-hour workday today, and I come home, and one of the main reasons I still do this is to help you guys out, and one of the reasons I can still do it with the support of these fantastic graphics from Metro Weather is through your support on Patreon. I can't, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I wouldn't be able to do this without your guys' support on Patreon. So thank you very much for the help. As always, thanks for watching, and yeah, stay safe out there. I think I already said it, but I'll say it again. All right, have a great day.